Hi folks, Art Walensky here. As you walk into the Raymond Historical Society, one of the first items to catch your eye is a beautifully hand-carved wooden eagle. It's the work of Peter Meindl, a master woodcarver who presented it to the Raymond Postmaster when the post office first opened on Main Street. Years later, when the post office moved to Ben Franklin Strip Mall, the eagle found a new nest on our wall. The eagle's always been one of my favorite artifacts, but it has even more appeal now that I've done some additional research into Peter's life. It's much more than wood and chisel. It's a journey through time, craftsmanship, and a touch of lakeside shenanigans. Peter and two other German woodcarvers were early residents of Pawtuckaway Lake. While most of the campsites there were seasonal, Peter's and his friends built a permanent settlement there on the lake even before there was a road to access where they built them. To say Peter and his friends were in sync with the natural rhythms of Pawtuckaway is an understatement. He and his friends were not only unparalleled woodcarvers, they were local pioneers. Now imagine a full-time community so remote that it had to be accessed by canoe. The road only came up to a dam, and they had to row wood planks and supplies across the lake to build their homes. It was only in later years that they purchased additional land and carved out a road. Staying with the theme of being in sync with nature, Peter, along with his comrades, embraced the freedom of the wilderness, quite literally, as they were avid nudists. Wood carvings and signs adorned the area, humorously cautioning visitors to sound their horn, not for the traffic, but to give fair warning of their natural state. They used to drape sheets over the porch in case there were any unannounced visitors. Life wasn't without its dangers. One day Peter had gone over to pull a few boards from the dam, and he got too close in his canoe. It sucked him right down over the dam. The canoe and everything went right over. His friends had to hoist him out and carry him back home. He wasn't injured badly and came away with a few bumps and bruises, not the least of which was to his ego. As he got older, winters were tough and lonely. He was only one of a few year-long residents, but Henry Musial, a good friend and summer resident, would visit him on the weekends and snowshoe from his house to Peter's, along with a bottle of Peter's favorite Chivas Regal. More than once, Henry had to tuck him into bed after having one too many. Peter's doctor once wrote to Henry and said, "That's not a good idea drinking with Peter." Well, Henry answered, "The guy sits in that window looking out, doing nothing, looking for me and my wife to walk over in snowshoes to visit him." The doctor said, "Forget I even mentioned it." Peter's legacy, however, extends beyond his carvings. It's in the bonds of friendship, in shared bottles of Chivas Regal, in the quiet moments looking out over the lake, waiting for the crunch of snowshoes signaling the arrival of friends. It's the craftsmanship that inspired awe and envy, when the ultimate insult among peers was to be called a whittler rather than a woodcarver. So as you remember the eagle, remember Peter, not just for the wood he carved, but for the life he sculpted in the rich stories, laughter, and the deep, unwavering connection to the natural world. A toast, then, to Peter Meindl, a master woodcarver, a true friend, and a naturalist at heart. May his spirit soar as high as the eagle he so lovingly brought to life.